Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to Oculus Occulta. Today we're going to be doing an all signs reading for the question of how your person is feeling about you at this moment if you're in no contact. So for those of you who are in no contact with your person, we're going to try to find out what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you. We're going to start in zodiac order, going from Aries to Pisces, and we're going to start with Aries right now. How is the person on Aries' mind feeling about them right now that they have been in no contact? How is the person on Aries' mind feeling about them right now during this no contact? Two cards came out. We have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, both in reverse. So this person is trying not to keep tabs and not stalk you, but they're having a hard time. They're still trying to keep up with you. They are thinking about reaching out, but for whatever reason, they're holding themselves back. The Page of Swords is usually somebody who wants to have communication, so they are thinking about contacting you, but I'm not sure why they're holding themselves back at this time. They're also trying to resist looking at your social media. Get some clarifiers here. The Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Again, the Ace of Swords is another card of communication and wanting to reach out. On the card itself here in this particular deck, it has some words on it. I'll read it for you if you can't see it. On the Ace of Swords, it says, "Since I met you, my mind has expanded to so many new ideas and ways of thinking, enhancing my brain power like never before." So they're very obviously thinking about you. We have a majority of swords here. Swords has to do with the mental plane. So thinking of you is pretty much obvious at this point. We also have the Nine of Cups here, which is the wish card. The cups also pertain to emotions, and having a 9, it seems like this person has a lot of feelings for you. Again, there's some sort of block in terms of them reaching out, but they are thinking about you, they are thinking about reaching out, and I'm curious to know why they're not doing that. And let me also read the Nine of Cups for you in case you can't see it. Says, "I feel grateful for everything in my life, especially you. I want to enjoy more happy times together and make love all night." So if you've had intimacy with this person, they are thinking about that. And if you haven't done that yet, they're thinking about what that might be like. So here, two other oracle cards have come out. Hopeless romantic, believing in fairy tales, idealizing love, constantly waiting, forever dreaming. So this tells me this person might actually be hoping that you would reach out to them first instead. They want you to take the initiative, because here they are thinking about communicating with you, thinking about you heavily, but then why are they not reaching out? Do they have something going on in terms of, well, I've always reached out before, I want Aries to go ahead and reach out to me first now, or perhaps you guys have gotten into a fight or something and they're waiting for you to reach out. There's also here broken promises, disappointed expectations, failed commitments, lost trust, and words meant nothing. So I just see this person kind of feeling like they want to communicate with you, but it seems like they want you to take the initiative. So even though I'm saying this, my question is, will they eventually reach out to you? Because you know, you're not obligated to reach out to this person at all. But if you want to maintain that connection, it might be worth thinking about reaching out to them. Should Aries reach out? Don't doubt it. So if you were thinking about reaching out to this person, Spirit is saying go ahead and do that. They're waiting for you. Now, if you want them to reach out to you, my question is, will they eventually reach out if Aries doesn't? Will they eventually reach out if Aries doesn't take that initiative? Definitely. So if you want to wait, go ahead and wait. They will reach out to you. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about you. So we have a positive response here. They absolutely will reach out to you if you just wait, if you want to do that. Or if you want to, you know, be an Aries and take the initiative, which is usually your jam, Spirit is saying that that's okay as well. So hopefully that resonated for you, and I wish you luck with whoever this person is. And it was a very good read, so I see nothing but good things. Good luck. We're gonna move on to Taurus now. Okay, Taurus, we are trying to figure out your person in no contact. What are they thinking and what are they feeling at this moment for you? What is the person on Taurus's mind thinking and feeling about them in this no contact situation? What is Taurus's person thinking and feeling about them right now as there is no contact? Okay, so we have the World and the Hermit. So this person has retreated for some reason. The World might also be related to their work and what they have going on in their life. They might be busy. They might actually be busy. Off the bat, I'm getting that this might not be personal, but we'll have to pull more cards and see. So I want to know, why are they so busy and why have they retreated? Why are they in hermit mode? What's going on in their world, so to speak? And are they thinking about reaching out to Taurus? What's going on? What's blocking them from reaching out? Why the no contact? Okay, so here we have the Five of Swords, which is usually pertaining to some sort of petty argument. It's not like the Five of Wands, which is like outright bickering. The Five of Swords could be that somebody said some hurtful words. You guys may have ended on sort of a bad note, but you know, if that doesn't resonate, then don't take it. But so it says here on the card, there's some words on this deck, in this tarot deck. It says, I wish I can take back all the words I said to you. I get very angry when someone doesn't agree with me and I act impulsively. So that might be a very direct message to you if you have had some sort of fight, verbally at least, where some words were said. Usually the Five of Swords is like somebody saying something sarcastic or trying to be correct no matter how much it hurts the other person. So that might have been a situation that happened here and you guys sort of ended communications on that note. The Page of Wands is also here. The Page of Wands, the pages are always messengers. The Page of Wands especially is someone who wants to say something. So it seems like they still want to talk to you. They still want to say something. On the card it says, I am new to the spiritual journey, but I am willing to try and see what I can learn as long as I have you by my side. So there's not an outright rejection here of you. I think they might be upset and they're just pulling away and trying to focus on whatever is going on in their own life. But because it's the World and the World can pertain to online communication, you could get communication from them either through email, social media, or text. Social media is probably the more likely way that they're going to reach out. Now, let me see, why exactly are they so upset? Why have they gone no contact? Let's try to get more information about why they've gone no contact. Fake flex, and then divine timing. Okay, so fake flex here, the oracle says, pretending wealth, showing off borrowed luxury, deceptive bragging, rich on Instagram, broke in real life. Now that doesn't necessarily have to pertain to them bragging about financials. It could also be, again, pertaining to the World here. What are they showing on social media? What are they portraying? That they're busy, that they're not bothered, that they're not thinking about it? Are they you know, active online but not responding to you? That could be that sort of behavior. Now, the divine timing, patience required, trusting the process, perfect timing, and when it's meant to be, on top of the Page of Wands, to me tells me that eventually this person is going to get over themselves, whatever is in their head, and they're going to come speak to you. So my last oracle here, let's ask, will this person reach out to Taurus eventually? Will this person reach out to Taurus eventually? Will this person reach out to Taurus eventually? Here it says wait. Okay, so wait, again with divine timing, that makes sense. Let me pull one more card. Will this person eventually Okay, so I didn't even get to finish the question. Will this person reach out to you eventually? Unquestionably, yes, they will. And that's sort of evident here. Whatever they were upset about, they will eventually get over it. And they might not even want to talk about it. They might just come back to you with a, hey, what are you doing? You know, just let's go back to where we left off, without even necessarily addressing any sort of fight or argument that you guys had before. Just kind of want to start fresh. So hopefully that resonated for you, and that was, again, just like Aries, a very good read, positivity, and so you should hear from this person again, and I wish you the best of luck with that. Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next sign. Okay, for Gemini. For Gemini in no contact with their person, what is their person thinking right now about Gemini? What is the person on Gemini's mind thinking about them in this no contact situation? What is up with Gemini's person? So you guys got 3 cards here. I was pulling 2 for the other signs, but the 10 of Wands here, the Empress, and the High Priestess. So these are very feminine cards. Now that doesn't mean that you're necessarily dealing with a woman per se, but because it's very feminine, the feminine energies usually are receptive, which means that this person might actually be waiting for you to reach out to them. Now I don't know what placements you're looking at, but you might want to look at Aries. Aries had something similar where their person was waiting for them. So if you have Aries placements, that might resonate for you as well here in Gemini. The 10 of Wands tells me that this person is burdened. It could be burdens of life and things that they're doing in their life, such as school, other small responsibilities, maybe family, errands that they have to run. That's usually what the wands represent for me in terms of if I see a lot of wands in a reading, it means that person is very busy with a lot of things, especially the 10 of Wands. It could also represent they feel burdened by the fact that you guys aren't talking. They might feel like they want you to reach out and you haven't been. But again, this is someone who's in the receptive energy. They could also be dreaming about you. They're definitely thinking about you with the High Priestess here. She's about intuition. And so when you're using your intuition, you're obviously thinking about something, right? So if I'm using my intuition to think about how somebody else feels, I have to be thinking about that person in order to use my intuition. So let's get some more clarity, more clarification on why this person is not responding to Gemini or not reaching out. Why exactly are they in no contact? Wow. And again, you got 3 cards here. All right. So the King of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. The King of Wands here is somebody who is impulsive, confident, could also be a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be, but that's usually what that represents. Also somebody very good looking as well. So if that's resonating for you, that's sort of a hint. And on these cards in particular in this deck, there's some words. So in case you can't see what it says, I will read it to you. So for the King of Wands, it says, "You bring out the best in me, making me feel like a leader, deciding what I want and taking action with passion and determination," which is very interesting because, again, when it's a king, it's usually masculine energy, and masculine energy is the one that takes initiative, especially the King of Wands. So you would expect this person to reach out, but they're not. They're in receptive energy right now. But how do they see themselves? They see themselves as the King of Wands. So they have a high sense of self-worth at this moment, and so they're in that combination, they're wanting you to reach out to them. The 3 of Pentacles, "I want to include you in my projects. I want to collaborate with you in a financial way. I can see us as a power couple." So this is probably something that they might have mentioned to you before. It's definitely something they're thinking about. This is their general feeling of you, even in the no contact. So maybe this person is overwhelmed by things that they have to do in the 10 of Wands sort of energy, where they have a lot going on and they're just not good at communicating. Because I don't see any I don't see any swords here, which means that they're not very good at communication. Swords and wands are about communication. The Two of Pentacles is also here. I get my value from my work, so I tend to take more than I can handle. I don't know how to balance my work life and love life. So that's a little bit more direct and speaks to the Ten of Wands here, where this person probably has a lot on their plate, and maybe much of what is going on for them is real world practical things, because we have Two Pentacles as well, which is about things that are solid and connected to the earth. When it's connected to the earth, it's usually things that are tangible, so things related to money, school, other responsibilities and things like this. So similar to the Ten of Wands, this person could just genuinely be busy, and so because of that, they're not reaching out, and they're in receptive energy, which means they're, you know, ready for you to reach out. This could also be another situation where this person might feel there's a little bit of unevenness between you two. If they're always the one reaching out, they're ready for you to reach out instead. But that's only if that resonates for you. So let's get a little bit more about why exactly there's no contact. Okay, safe space and speak up. All right. Safe space, emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude, protected vulnerability. Here I am safe. Okay, so this card kind of reminds me of the Hermit, which we had in Taurus, I believe. This is somebody who probably just doesn't communicate very well. Communication is not their priority. It's not how they feel relaxed. So if they're busy, and especially if they're busy with work, they might come home and, I don't know, start playing video games, or just cook dinner and then fall asleep. They're not thinking about communicating. So if they're in that receptive energy, that's basically they're putting the, I don't want to say burden, but they're putting the expectation of communication on you. If you were to reach out, they will respond. But right now, at this moment, the energy that we're looking at, they're not in a, even though they are in the King of Wands archetype, they're not necessarily ready to reach out. That's not to say that they never will, because that's what this card is telling us. Speak up. Expressing needs, defending yourself, courage to confront, and your voice matters. This is a very clear indication that they're going to contact you quite soon. And they might even explain to you with this, like defending yourself, they're probably going to explain to you why they've gone no contact and why they stopped talking. And it doesn't feel like a particularly personal reason. It feels like things have just been a little bit hectic for them. So just to confirm, will this person reach out to Gemini? Will this person eventually reach out to Gemini without Gemini having to do anything? Will this person reach out to Gemini sometime soon? It will sustain you and respect the rules. Respect the rules here totally reminds me of divine timing. It's just saying this person is probably, this person probably has boundaries. For them, their work and all of that stuff is more important in terms of, it's more important than having like daily communication or frequent communication. They could just be a person of few words, or when they're very busy, they find it difficult to maintain conversations. And so they're basically asking for your patience here. It will sustain you. This to me is just sort of emphasizing redirecting your focus from this person onto your own things. So reflect what they're doing. If they're focusing on their work and then I'll talk to you when I talk to you, you should mirror that energy. Okay, and especially as a Gemini, Geminis tend to mirror energy anyway. So I would recommend you focus on yourself, focus on your own work, and then if this person reaches out, which I believe they will, you talk to them. Or if you feel like reaching out yourself, they would absolutely welcome that. So hopefully that resonated for you. I wish you the best with this person. I wish you luck. And yeah, that's another good reading. I'm very grateful that the last 3 readings have been very positive. So that makes me very happy because I don't like giving bad news. And we will go on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer, let's find out what your person is thinking about you in this moment during no contact. What is the person on Cancer's mind thinking in this time of no contact? Person on Cancer's mind. What are they thinking now in no contact? Okay, for Cancer, we have the King of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse, which is very telling. You're both not speaking to each other. You're both very cold towards one another. Neither one is budging. You're not going to reach out. They're not going to reach out. It's sort of a stalemate here. And normally when people are in the same suit, it's generally, you know, a good match. So I know that at one point there was a lot of love between you two, and you guys were probably a very good couple, but right now I can see that everything is literally on ice. So let's find out why exactly you two are not speaking to each other. Why is Cancer and their person not talking to one another right now? Why is Cancer and the person on their mind not talking right now? Why is there no contact between them right now? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so 3 cards came out here. Again, it's the Queen of Swords in reverse. And I'm assuming you're the one who initiated the no contact, and this person, your person, is just reflecting that back to you. So these cards have things written on them. I'll go ahead and read them. On the Queen of Swords, it says, I'm starting to appreciate how fair you have been all this time and not accepting my bad behavior despite your warm nature. And that is in reverse. And so that tells me that this person probably did take you for granted, and that's why you cut them off. The 7 of Cups is in reverse. 7 of Cups here says, since I can't control you, I prefer to daydream of perfect interactions between us where you agree with me. Even though that's reversed, I do feel like that energy should actually be upright, because that's almost as if what's going on, perhaps there was some disagreements between you guys, and probably not just a few disagreements, probably very important disagreements. And I think you're the one who really had enough of this person, and you cut them off. You're the one who cut them off. And then here we have the 10 of Wands. I tend to take on more tasks than I can handle, so I can distract myself from my feelings until I fall into exhaustion or illness. And so this tells me, because it's reversed, they're having a hard time not thinking about you, even though they have a lot of things that they have to deal with on their plate, a lot of things that they need to take care of and focus on. They can't really stop thinking about you. Now, you're both in Swords energy, which means you're both thinking about each other. So if you think, despite what they're showing, if you think, oh, this person doesn't care about me, they're not thinking about me, that's not true. They're thinking about you heavily, actually. You're both thinking about each other. To be in the King and Queen of Swords and then see the Queen of Swords once again, it really does show that you guys are thinking about each other heavily. So let's find out some more about why this person isn't reaching out, and whether they might reach out eventually. Will they eventually reach out? Okay, so here we have let it go, releasing grudges, emotional freedom, forgiving yourself and others, free your heart. And then breaking cycles, ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, new beginnings, and it stops with me. So these 2 cards in this case kind of tell me that both of you are sort of letting the relationship go. There are 3 hearts here as well. Now, if you are not in a third-party situation, do not worry about this. This is not for you. If, however, you know that there is a third party, this reading is speaking to that. The third party might be interfering at this time. This person might be focusing on the other person. They may have a new person in their life, so or maybe you do. So that's sort of where the direction is going, and Spirit is recommending that you let this person go if you're able to do that. Now, I know that's easier said than done. So I give you my condolences, really, if you're trying to let them go. It's a lot of grief, and I empathize. Although I do believe that this is coming from your side. I think you're the one who wants to just go ahead and let this go. Breaking cycles is a similar energy. You're done with this person. Again, I feel like it's your energy that cut them off. You might be the one who broke up with them. You might be the one who went no contact. And I think that person, your person, is sort of not respecting it because they want to respect it, but respecting it because they know they're not going to change your mind. So they're also trying to let go and break the cycle. Now, to confirm, will this person ever reach out to Cancer? Will this person ever reach out to Cancer anyway? Okay, we have a direct no and approach cautiously. So again, I'm very sorry if you still care about this person and if you still want to be with this person. You know, you don't have to accept these readings. This is a general reading on YouTube. You know, you can rebuke it in the name of whoever you believe in. And if you're still in the space of wanting this person, then I rebuke this reading for you. But if you are done with this person, like genuinely, I don't want to talk to this person anymore, then this is a good reading for you, because you're done, and it seems like they're too prideful to come after you anyway. And if someone is too prideful to come after you and apologize or try to make it work, they're not your person anyway. Okay, forget about the fact that you guys are in the same suit. Yes, at one point you two loved each other very much, but you know, they're an ex for a reason, or they stopped talking for a reason, or you stopped talking for a reason. You know, you're not in this situation because this is a fantastic relationship. You know what I mean? When we're in a good, healthy, secure relationship, we don't need to ask tarot what the other person is thinking, because that person is clear with us. So this person seems stubborn and I want to say arrogant, but that's not the word. There's a stubbornness, like a, well, if you're not talking, then I'm not going to talk, you know, like a no wanting to work things out with you. So you know, as your tarot reader, you can do whatever you want, but as your friend, I would not reach out to this person, even if you want to get back together with them. But you know, you have free will, you can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you the information, and you can see the cards too. I'm reading them as I see them. So yeah, if you still want this person, my apologies, Cancer. I don't think this is worth pursuing, and I don't think this person is going to make the effort that you deserve. So I would let them go. But it's up to you. You can take your destiny into your own hands, and you can manifest if you want to. So that's up to you to decide if you want to do that or not. So yes, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sorry if this is not what you wanted to hear. Maybe check your other placements to get a little bit more insight, because things are never black and white in life. You know, things are very nuanced. So go with your gut always, especially as a water sign. You guys have very good intuition. So if this matches your intuition, take it if you want. If it doesn't match your intuition, you can reject it. You don't have to take every tarot reading that you listen to. Okay, best of luck to you, Cancer. Okay, Leo, the person on your mind, and the cards are flying out, they're ready to talk. The person on your mind during no contact, what are they thinking about you right now? What is the person in no contact thinking about Leo right now? Okay. So we have the Devil in reverse and the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is not necessarily a good energy, not a good person even. This person is cold. It could speak to the fact that, you know, they went no contact. Now, this could be an innocent reason. We'll find out a little bit more. But the King of Swords, everyone in the Swords suit, is related to the mental plane. So if they're related to the mental plane, then they are thinking about you. So that's very obvious as well with the Devil. Although the Devil is in reverse, this tells me that this person is trying very hard not to think about you so much. So the Devil is usually obsessive energy, and this person is doing everything they can to not be obsessively thinking about you, but it's not really working if they're in the King of Swords energy. So let's get a little bit more information as to why they're not reaching out then. If they're thinking about you heavily, why are they not reaching out? What is stopping them? What is the block here? What is blocking them from reaching out to Leo? the Nine of Cups. 3 cards. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and then the Eight of Cups. So this deck has words on it, so I'll read them to you. The Nine of Cups, which is usually a wish card, and 9 being a lot of emotions because the cups represent emotions. It says here, I feel grateful for everything in my life, especially you. I want to enjoy more happy times together and make love all night. So because of that, as well as the Devil, there is some sexual tension here, some sexual energy that is unresolved. So this person is either missing the intimacy between you two, or they're thinking about it if you two haven't done that. Now, the Nine of Swords is usually somebody who's very anxious in bed and can't sleep. So this person might have insomnia, they might have anxiety, they might be thinking about you heavily. The swords, again, are about the mental plane and thinking. And with 9 of them, they're thinking about you a lot. Now here it says, once I start to focus on our problems, it's hard to stop, and then I get paranoid that it will get even worse, falling into anxiety. Now this might be upright. It could be that you guys just had an argument, or there were too many little issues that got you guys to sort of stop talking to each other. Now it was in reverse. I see this person sort of being avoidant. They're trying to avoid their feelings, they're trying to avoid sexual thoughts, they're trying to avoid their anxious thoughts. So this person, they're failing though. They are trying very hard to distract themselves, but they're not doing a very good job. And then the Eight of Cups, which is normally somebody who's walking away, this is in reverse. So it tells me that this person cannot let you go. They're having a very hard time letting you go. And it says, I don't know how to deal with intense emotions, so I walk away and I try to distract myself with other things, which is what we were talking about. But again, in reverse, they're having a very hard time doing this. So it could just be many little things that got them to stop talking to you. But now we want to know, okay, so what else is stopping them, and will they reach out? Okay, this person might be sort of into how it looks on the outside, their image. Glow up, self-improvement, finding your confidence, personal transformation, better than ever. And then influencer status, social recognition, online fame, power to influence, and swipe up. So this person is, this just tells me distraction, to tell you the truth. I'm not even sure if they have social media or not, or whatever they're putting on social media. I would not take that at face value. You should never take it at face value anyway. You know, most people aren't going to come on and talk about how heartbroken they are or how much they messed up. But in any event, this glow up tells me that they will come back, but they want to come back in better energy. Now, it's not like a revenge thing. I don't feel that. I feel it more like, okay, let me get myself together before I come back to Leo, and we'll confirm if they will come back. And again, influencer status is similar to the glow up, in my opinion, because they're basically trying to have the power of persuasion in terms of when they do come back. Speak up about it. I mean, right then and there, that's a yes. They will come back and speak to you. Okay, speak. And one more. And it seems assured. So to me, this is a definite yes. They will come back and they will speak to you. So you just have to wait a little bit more. They will come back. Speak up about it also makes me think that they're going to explain to you why they went ghost, why they went no contact, and you two can talk about it. But they're definitely coming back, and they're probably going to come back in much better energy, better spirits, more respectful even, I do believe. So yeah, Leo, I wish you luck with this. I hope that resonated, and yeah, best of luck to you. We're going to move on to the next sign. Okay, my apologies if the arrangement looks a little bit different. I had to pause the video and then come back a bit later. So we are now on Virgo. So Virgo, in your no contact situation, what is your person thinking about you right now? What is your person thinking about you in this no contact situation for Virgo? What is your person thinking of you in the no contact situation for Virgo? You have 3 cards here. You have the 8 of Pentacles reversed, the 10 of Swords reversed, and the 9 of Swords reversed. So your person is really going through it. They could be very busy with work, school, certain things going on in their life, and they're not particularly able to handle the stress of that. In addition to this no contact situation, it seems to be weighing pretty heavily on their mind as well, because we have a predominance of swords. We have the 9 and 10 of swords. The 10 of swords is an ending. This is in reverse. They're resisting the ending. They're not happy about it. The 9 of swords is also usually somebody who is anxious, thinking very much, especially at night. They may have insomnia. They might be up late at night thinking about you and the situation. Could be affecting their work and their ability to make money as well. So to me, this is somebody who's got a lot on their mind, and it is pertaining to you and the no contact situation. So much like Cancer, it could be that you are the one who initiated the no contact situation, because this is somebody who does not want to be in this position. It doesn't seem like they're the ones who initiated, but if that's not true for you, if it doesn't resonate, then you don't have to take it. So let's get a little bit more insight as to why they've gone no contact and how they feel during the no contact. For Virgo, how are they feeling? The 6 of Swords reversed. And the 9 of Swords again in reverse. So it's the same energies, same sort of idea. This person is really anxious about this, doing their best to control that. 6 of Swords is moving away from a bad situation into a good situation. Again, this is in reverse. So if they have separated from you, they are wanting to come back. They're very much in their head about this situation with you. We have a huge predominance of swords here. Okay, so on these, in this deck, on these cards, they have some words on them, so I'm going to read them to you in case you can't see them. So the 6 of Swords here, it says, I'm finally leaving behind my old ways of thinking and the opinion of others. It's not easy to do, but I know it's for the best. But this is in reverse. So if there are outside interferences, such as if you know of a third party, let's say this person might be married or has the mother of their children or father of their children, or if they have their mother, their father, brother, sister, aunt, anybody in their immediate family who might be interfering and have an opinion about this relationship, that is heavy on their mind as well. So family interference could also be a problem here. The 9 of Swords here says, once I start to focus on our problems, it's hard to stop, and then I get paranoid that it will even get worse, falling into anxiety. So this is in reverse. This is them trying to resist this exact energy, but to me it seems like this is upright. This matches again the 9 of Swords here, which is in reverse. Again, same energies being clarified. Let's continue to figure out what else can we get? What exactly is causing them to feel so blocked and anxious? And whether they will reach out, or whether they want to reach out. Okay, so here it says inner child. Actually, there are 3 cards here. Triggered and sneaky link. So this person might actually just have certain mental illnesses that are interfering with their ability to communicate properly with you and have a healthy relationship. So if the inner child is being triggered, or past emotional wounds here, this person is unable to get past that. There's a lot of anxiety that's shown here, a lot of emotional instability on this person's part, but because it's mental, it could be more of a mental health issue rather than just necessarily emotional problems, although those do go hand in hand. So in the inner child card, it says healing childhood wounds, reconnecting with joy, playfulness restored, and return to innocence. In triggered, it says emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts, and why does this bother me? So again, this person is bothered about the no contact situation, whether you initiated it or they did, which I think you did. You might have good reason to do so. They are very bothered by this. Now, sneaky link here: hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy, nobody needs to know. In this card, again, I did mention that maybe this person has family interference, and so if they want to associate with you, perhaps they have to do it privately, quietly, or in secret. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you are a sneaky link, or that they're having an affair, or that they have another person. If you know that there's no third person in the relationship, don't worry about it. However, this person does want to keep this quiet. So whether that's referring to the entire relationship that they want to keep quiet, or the situation where you're in no contact, they're keeping that to themselves. They also don't want to express how they feel, but this person seems to be very tormented, very much bothered by the no contact. So now the question becomes, will they eventually reach out? Will they help themselves by reaching out and just communicating? Although that's easier said than done for some people, and it seems like this person is not a good communicator. They seem to ruminate a lot and be in their head a lot. I'm very surprised that the Eight of Swords isn't here, but let's find out. Will they eventually reach out to Virgo? Will this person eventually reach out to Virgo? It says, now you can, and it will cost you. So they might be coming with some agitated energy, and I do believe that this is related to the family relations that they have. So for example, if your relationship has caused some problems with their family, they might be coming to you because they want to talk to you, but they're coming in an agitated sort of way because they don't know how to deal with the inner child who is now submitting to, let's say, a parent, or I don't know, an aunt or some other elder person in their family. It could also be another partner if they have that, if you know that that's the case. Again, like I said, if they're married, the inner child here sort of talks about how they don't know how to go against authority. They don't know how to stand up for themselves, or say, you know what, I'm not happy in this arrangement, I want to be with Virgo. So the now you can sort of speaks to this person has to essentially find the fortitude within themselves. They need to find the strength to basically psych themselves up to reach out to you. Will they do it eventually? I do believe so. It may take them some time. Let me get one more card. Bet on it. So, okay, so the answer is yes, they will reach out. They may come in some agitated, aggravated energy. They might try to fight with you or argue with you, but they will come back to speak to you. This person, I don't want to call them a coward. They could be going through a lot. They might be very scared of whatever external circumstances that there might be. I'm talking about family because it feels like a family dynamic. To me, it's more like their mother or their father, or some families are very strict about who the person can get married to or have a relationship, and sometimes some people allow that, you know, they cater to that. They don't stand up to that, and it looks like this person is one of those. Now, it could also be a situation where this person's job might not allow them to be with you, and that really weighs heavily on them, and they might have pulled away because of that. So for example, if they're your professor or I don't know, pastor, any sort of authoritative figure where it's taboo to be with you, that also weighs on them. They're not brave enough and strong enough to overcome something like that to be in a relationship or maintain a healthy connection with you. However, in the end, they will come back to speak to you. So this person is not lost entirely. So if you want to hear from them, you will hear from them. Okay, so hopefully that resonated for you, Virgo. I wish you the best with this situation. I wish you the best of luck. Okay, and now we will go to the next sign. Okay, Libra. Libra, what is your person thinking in this no contact situation? Libra, what is your person thinking in this no contact situation? At the time that I am recording this, it is Libra season. So happy birthday to the Libras. I actually am a Libra myself. My birthday is October 17th, so that's coming up somewhat soon. I think in a week or two. But anyway, what is your person thinking of you right now in this no contact situation for Libra? What is Libra's person thinking of them right now in this no contact situation? What's going on for Libra? Okay. We have the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Cups in reverse. 8 of Wands is also in reverse. So 8 of Wands is usually communication, especially through text messages or email or online through social media like DMs. It's in reverse, so obviously there is resistance. This is a no contact reading. This is just speaking to that no contact. Now the Ace of Cups is usually a card of love, and that is in reverse. And the way I'm reading it in this particular situation, because this is how I feel, your person believes that you don't love them anymore. And because they feel like you don't love them anymore, you don't want to talk to them. And so right now, that's what's blocking the communication between you two. So let's get some more clarity on that. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Again, the 6 of Swords is usually moving from a place of chaos to a better place. Now that movement can be literal, it could also be symbolic. In this case, it's in reverse, which means that this person is having a hard time moving away from you and moving away from the situation. Now, this deck has some words on it. I'm going to read them to you in case you can't read them yourself. So for the 6 of Swords, it says, I'm finally leaving behind my old ways of thinking and the opinion of others. It's not easy to do, but I know it's for the best. But it's in reverse. So this person is having a very hard time not thinking about this, not wanting to revisit this, and not wanting to come back to it. Now, the Queen of Cups, she is the queen of emotions and love. Once again, this is representing you. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. The Queen and the King, they just represent the energies of individuals. So this person believes that you don't love them anymore. So the Queen of Cups, because she's reversed, she's not giving her love to this person. So this person is under the impression Libra doesn't love me, Libra doesn't want to hear from me, so why even bother? So what it says on the Queen of Cups, it says, I'm amazed of how well you understand my feelings without me saying a thing. Your heart is so warm that it melted mine. Again, in reverse, they feel a coldness here. So very much the Queen of Cups is almost like having the Queen of Swords, or excuse me, the Queen of Cups reversed is like having the Queen of Swords upright. Okay, so let's delve more into why this person is in no contact. Why is this person in no contact? Okay, so you know, you're gonna have to take this as it resonates and based on what you know. This person really has given up. They've given up on the possibility of you taking them back, of you speaking to them. You know, Libra is the Queen and King of Swords energy, and when they're upset, they get reversed. And in both the upright and the reversed positions, the King and Queen of Swords will cut people off. So this person probably has felt that aspect of you. They felt that cut off, and so they feel like, I have to move on. They might be trying to date, they might be on Tinder, they might be saying this is a lost cause with Libra. The self-care card here tells me they're trying to focus on themselves. They're trying to basically redirect their energy, again, because they're just very pessimistic here. So on swipe right, it says online dating, instant attraction, digital romance, match found. So this person is now thinking about, if he or she is not doing it, they're thinking about the next relationship, potentially. Self-care Sunday, it says prioritizing rest, recharge emotionally, pampering yourself, me time matters. Again, self-focused, self-directed, and they want to heal from the relationship in as much as you probably want to heal from the relationship as well. So this no contact situation looks a little bit, I don't want to say bleak, because I'm not very pessimistic, generally speaking. I think you can manifest whatever you want. You can change this if you believe in manifestation. And besides, this is just a general tarot reading. I'm a random person on the internet. You don't have to take this. You can rebuke this in the name of whoever you believe in. And if this is not the outcome that you want, I rebuke it for you. But if you are done with this person as well, and you're thinking, you know what, I want to heal from this, POS too, then, this would then be a good reading, because, they're not going to bother you. But if you still want this person, I do apologize for that. And this is very similar to the Cancer reading. And I've noticed even across other tarot readings, Virgo, Libra, and Cancer are very much related to one another. So let's ask, will this person eventually reach out anyway? Especially with it being Libra's birthday season. Will this person reach out? Will this person reach out eventually? And maybe even for Libra's birthday. Will this person reach out? Okay, so it will sustain you. We also have that in Virgo's reading, I believe. You'll probably be very happy to hear from this person. They don't know that though. They don't know. So in their mind, again, very pessimistic. They think that you don't want to hear from them, but that's not true. You might actually want to hear from them. We have, of course, and unquestionably, two positive cards of this person will still come back and reach out. Why they don't? They think, okay, well, Libra doesn't like me anymore. But I do believe for your birthday, at least, this person might reach out. If not to reconnect, to at least just say happy birthday, to at least be cordial and polite. Now, it's up to you to decide if you want to take this person back based on that, because this could be their olive branch to try and rekindle things with you, but that's completely up to you, right? So you have to gauge whether or not you want to take them back. So, okay, Libra, I hope that resonated. I'm sorry if it was not the message that you wanted to hear. Trust me, I'm also a Libra. It's not what I wanted to hear either, but I got to read them as I see them. You can see the cards yourself also, many of you are also tarot readers. You can see the energies. But if this matches your intuition, take it if you want to. If not, listen, in this community of spirituality, of people who do tarot, who do witchcraft, we make our own destiny, okay? We manifest what we want. If we want somebody, we know how to get them, okay? So take it if you want to, don't take it if you don't, okay? I wish you all the best with this, and happy birthday to you for your season, whenever that's coming up for you, okay? Best of luck. Okay, Scorpio, we are trying to figure out what your person is thinking of you during this no contact situation. So for Scorpio, what is Scorpio's person thinking about them during no contact? What is Scorpio's person thinking about them during this time of no contact? Okay, so despite shuffling, we have the Strength, Chariot, and the Lovers, all major arcana, almost in order. So the Lovers here, they do take you seriously, but there might be a decision that they're trying to make. The Chariot also usually is about going in two directions, but this is a major thing for them. This is nothing small. Strength as well has to do with self-control, as does the Chariot. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I have to ask, is this person already married? Does this person have other obligations that are a little bit heavy for them? Now, some of the other signs that I have been doing had hints of this, somebody who is already in a third party. Now, that doesn't have to be your story. If that's not your story, don't take it. But if you know that this person has somebody else and they're trying to deal with you, they're very much locked into some sort of commitment. Now, the commitment, again, doesn't have to be a marriage, doesn't have to be another person. It could be their position. I believe it was Virgo who had something similar, where this person is bound by something that makes it difficult for them to maintain a healthy relationship with you. So if they've gone no contact, there are some really big things that are blocking this person. Now we're going to get a little bit more insight as to what those things may be. Because it's all major arcana, it seems to be something that they genuinely cannot get past. Like a marriage would need a divorce. A job or a career that they have that doesn't let you two be together. I mean, what are they supposed to do there? You know, if they're a teacher, a pastor, you're a psychiatrist, you know what I mean? How are they supposed to overcome that? So for clarification, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Tower in reverse. So again, another major arcana. Three of Pentacles. Pentacles are very practical energy because they represent Earth. It says in this deck, there's some words, I'm going to read them to you in case you can't see them. It says, I want to include you in my projects. I want to collaborate with you in a financial way. I can see us as a power couple. So this is their desire. This is how they envision you. And with the Lovers, it really tells me that their desire is for you, but there seems to be something stopping them. The Tower here, it says, I kept delaying leaving my comfort zone of bad habits, but now all has fallen apart and I'm forced to face my pain in a rough way. This is in reverse, so maybe something would have to break down for them. Again, a marriage which would have to end in divorce, or a career that they would have to leave, or something very big that's blocking them that they would have to sacrifice and get rid of or break down in order to be with you. And they're having a hard time reconciling doing that because it's a giant commitment and a huge life change. So they're resisting that breakdown as much as they can with the Tower in reverse. So let's find out what else is blocking them here. This person seems to be very practical, again, because of the Three of Pentacles there. Okay. We have payback here, consequences returning, karma cycle, what goes around, time to settle accounts. So this person could also be afraid of karma, any sort of karmic backlash. And it doesn't also have to be spiritual karma. They could just be worried about consequences in general because we tend to see karma as consequences. Situational, single, temporary loneliness, choosing solitude, waiting for better, not settling. Now, this person is really torn up about their status. If they're single, there's some sort of large block, as I was saying. There's something that's making them resist coming towards you. Not for a lack of want or desire. They absolutely want to, but they're controlling themselves because they believe that whatever their situation is requires them to stay single. Or if they're married, it requires them to stay locked into that marriage. Or if, again, they're your professor, their situation requires them to sort of stay single from you, to not get into that relationship with you. However, DM slide is pretty freaking hopeful, isn't it? Unexpected flirtation, direct messages, testing the waters, sliding into your inbox. Now, the Tower doesn't just represent breakdowns. It truly is unbelievable when people have to do tarot outside. Everything on planet Earth will happen. Right now, a car is being towed, so you'll have to excuse me. But that sort of tells me during your reading, Scorpio, look at all the chaos that's happening right now. This person is really scared of whatever consequences might happen. But as I was saying, the Tower, the fact that it's the Tower in reverse, the Tower is also about sudden change, things that happen suddenly. So you might hear from this person just unexpectedly because they can't resist you. They just can't resist it anyway. There's a lot holding them back, a lot of strong energies, again, all major arcana, but they can't resist. Eventually, they're going to come towards you. Now let's confirm. That's how I'm reading this. Let's confirm with the tarot, or excuse me, with an oracle. We're gonna confirm with an oracle. Will this person reach out? Will this person eventually reach out to Scorpio? Okay. All right. So expect to settle as a message to you, Scorpio. Do you really want this person? you have to ask yourself if you genuinely want this person. If they have so many obstacles and they are seeing their own obstacles as so enormous that it's hard to even maintain communication with you, is this the person that you want? Now, I can't tell you what to do or what to choose. Obviously, you know your own specific situation, so you get to answer that. But I'm seeing, and Spirit is saying, if this person does come back to you, which it looks like they will, expect to settle, because they might not give you what you're looking for. All right, they might come back and speak to you. In fact, I'm pretty sure that you will hear from them again, but it may not be what you're looking for. They may come back and tell you, listen, the best I can do is XYZ. And you have to decide if you're okay with that or not. Now, be more generous. This person, I think this is Spirit's message to them, and this is how they're going to come back in this energy of generosity, of speaking more freely. But you're just going to have to give it more time. To me, this is the absolute single most obvious message here, that you're going to hear from them, and more than likely through a DM on social media. It could be text, it could be a phone call, and it could be email. I mean, who emails each other anymore? But definitely through social media. If you guys have social media, I think that's the majority energy for Scorpio. So Scorpio, I do apologize if this is not a message that you wanted to hear. As I told some of the other signs, we make our destiny, especially us spiritual types. We can manifest. So if you want this person, you can have this person. That's just a matter of you setting that intention. If you don't want this person, that's also a decision that you have to make. Will you hear from this person eventually? Yes, you will. Now, whether you'll be happy to hear from them or not, time will have to tell. But yes, they will come back. It's pretty obvious to me that they're thinking about you. They have their own issues, but you are not far from their mind. Okay? Best of luck to you, Scorpio. I wish you all the best with your situation. Okay, now going to our next sign, the Sagittarians. For Sagittarius. Hi, sorry once again for the subtle change in the table. Again, I had another interruption. So let's continue with Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, in this no contact situation, what is your person thinking of you? What is your person thinking about you right now in this no contact situation? So for Sagittarius, what is Sagittarius' person thinking about them in this no contact situation? Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So this person is really heartbroken right now about this no contact situation, which tells me it might not be deliberate. It might not be from their end. It might be from your end. They are throwing themselves into work right now to keep distracted from the Three of Swords energy, which is the energy of heartbreak. Now, in this particular deck, you see a person, it's a woman who's crying, and it seems like she got a message. So perhaps the last message that you had sent was a little rough, or maybe theirs was to you, but it seems like the last bit of communication was not very positive, and that's what's influencing their decision to either keep quiet, or if you block them, they're very upset about this. There's just no communication. So again, this is a no contact reading, so it goes to show. But now we want to know, okay, so a little bit more elaboration and clarification as to why this no contact is happening right now, and what this person is thinking during this no contact situation. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. So in this deck, there's some writing. I'll read it to you in case you can't see it. It says, I admire you, and you inspire me to simply stop and enjoy the fruits of my labor, to appreciate all the amazing gifts of life. Usually the Nine of Pentacles is someone who is secure in their singlehood. They're financially stable. They don't need anybody. But this is in reverse, and it's next to the Eight of Pentacles. So this person is focusing on money, but they're having a hard time thinking about financials, work, school, anything that's related to career and progress financially, because they are thinking of the emotional side of this situation, of this no contact. Now, the Emperor is a sort of disciplined energy. In the reverse, it's undisciplined. So what it says here is, in society, status is high priority to me, and I like having control over others. I follow strict rules and have high demands or expectations. And this is in reverse. So this person is having a little bit of a crisis of conscience. They might be feeling out of control in this situation. So I think I don't want to call them a controlling person, only you can verify if that's true or not, but this person tends to like to have things under control to a certain degree, where right now not being able to speak to you is making them feel way too emotional. They don't feel in control, and they don't like that feeling. And so to compensate, they're sort of focusing on work, but they're having a hard time with that. So, okay, let's get a little bit more clarification. What is the person thinking about Sagittarius during this no contact situation? Okay, so they're pretty flustered. Having the cards come out that way, really chaotically, and in a disorganized fashion, that's also the energy of the Emperor in reverse, is that disorganization. So they're probably feeling, again, just out of control, not really able to focus, and this is like a strong energy of not feeling like things are going their way. So we have speak up and photoshopped. So again, this person might be interested in maintaining a particular image or a particular way of life. And so you can see there's a distressed person here versus what they're showing. So faked perfection, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, and filtered beyond recognition. So this person, whatever they're showing you, especially if it's pertaining to social media, that's not how they feel. There's a lot of chaos under the surface. Speak up here, expressing needs, defending yourself, courage to confront, and your voice matters. This person will contact you. This is, to me, somewhat inevitable. They might come in, like they can't take it. Like it's going to get to a point where they can't take it anymore, and they're going to come speak to you. They might come in argumentative. I see that in this little person's face. It could also be them trying to defend themselves, explain why they went ghost on you. But to say speak up, to me, says that this person will contact you. So let's confirm that. Let's go ahead and confirm that with an oracle. Will this person contact Sagittarius at some point? Will this person contact Sagittarius at some point? Will this person reach out to Sagittarius at some point? We already have unquestionably, so again, then that comes under or on top of the speak up card. So for me, that's a yes. Absolutely not. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. Being back in the deck is definitely so. The energy of positivity outweighs this person's, I guess, facade, right? So this person seems to be torn between their ego, not wanting to reach out, not wanting to talk. They might be trying to manifest you talking to them. I feel like they know that that's not going to happen, though. They might be pissed off about the fact that they know they have to be the one to reach out to you. That might actually upset them. That's also part of what they're thinking about. I'm going to pull out another oracle deck for you, Sagittarius. I know I didn't do this for the other signs, but they didn't need it. Your person is a little bit wishy-washy. I do think they're going to overall reach out to you, but they are resisting it. The absolutely not really tells me that they do not want to do this. So let's just, yes or no, is this person going to reach out to Sagittarius at some point? There you go. So that's a yes. So this to me confirms that they will be saying something. They don't like that they have to do that. They don't like that they're the one that has to do that, but they might be coming in some defiant sort of energy, but they will find an excuse to come towards you for sure. So hopefully that resonated for you, Sagittarius. I wish you the best with your situation. Best of luck to you and this person. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Okay, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, we want to know what your person is thinking in this no contact situation. So what is Capricorn's person thinking about them in this no contact situation? Capricorn and Capricorn placements. What is their person thinking about during this time of no communication, no contact? We have the Magician in reverse, the Six of Swords, and then the Nine of Wands. Okay, this person seems to be quite pessimistic about the situation. So I'm not sure if there was something that prompted the no contact here, but the Six of Swords is moving away from something. Now, it could mean a breakup. It could mean this person separating from you or you separating from them, but it usually represents going from a place of chaos and turbulence to calmer waters. So this person is seeking peace with you. Nine of Wands in reverse is usually the wounded warrior. This is someone who has been through the ringer. They might feel like they need to defend themselves, but this is in reverse. So this person is gaining the strength to maybe reach out to you or be slightly more positive in terms of outlook regarding the situation with you. However, with the Magician reverse, this person doesn't feel like they're in a position to reach out, or maybe they feel like you're not going to welcome them very warmly. So I'm going to get some clarification on this. Why does Sagittarius' person feel this way? Why are they in no communication? Why are they not talking if they feel pessimistic? Why don't they talk to Sagittarius about how they feel? Why doesn't this person talk to Sagittarius about how they feel? What's blocking them from talking? Excuse me, not Sagittarius, Capricorn. If I called you Sagittarius, my apologies. That was the last sign. So Capricorn, you might be dealing with a Sagittarius, or that energy might be strong either in your chart or how you're feeling right now. Okay, so I can see now why they're a little bit pessimistic. So the Six of Wands, normally upright, is a card of success, but here it's reversed. So in this deck, there's some words, so I'm going to read it to you in case you can't see it. It says, every time we get past our arguments and get on the same page, I feel on top of the world and I succeed in all I do. However, this is reversed. So this person does not feel optimistic about the relationship with you. So if you guys had an argument, this person is now sort of licking their wounds and sort of retreating to kind of think about it. Maybe they're also not in the best energy. Maybe they're a little bit upset about the situation. Queen of Swords here in reverse is somebody who has cut somebody else off. Now, I don't know if this is them cutting you off or you cutting them off, but there is a sort of severance here. You could have blocked each other, one blocked the other, but the way I'm seeing it, this person is pessimistic because they feel that you're way too pissed off. They think like you're very angry and you're not going to welcome them back. So with Queen of Swords, it says, I'm starting to appreciate how fair you have been all this time and not accepting my bad behavior despite your warm nature. Now this is in reverse. So essentially they're feeling a certain coldness from you. Again, pessimistic because they feel that you won't take them back, you won't respond to them, or maybe they know that they're blocked if you block them. Well, I don't think they blocked you, but you know, everybody's situation is different. Okay, let's keep going. Tell me a little bit more about Capricorn and their person. Why is Capricorn's person not talking? Okay, situational single, temporary loneliness, choosing solitude, waiting for better and not settling, and then triggered, which is emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts. Why does this bother me? So, okay, obviously something happened between you two, maybe a fight, maybe some harsh words were exchanged. You might have told them something about themselves that they didn't appreciate, and now they feel a little bit wounded by that. The situational single is just telling me that this person is pulling back to sort of reflect, like I said, to lick their wounds. I know I don't see the Hermit here, but this is giving me a little bit of Hermit energy. They are reflecting because we do have, let's see, 2 cards of swords. So it's not like they're not thinking about you and they're not thinking about the situation. They are, but they might be being a little bit petty about it right now. So let's find out, is this person going to reach out to Capricorn? Is this person going to reach out to Capricorn at some point? Is this person going to just give up being upset and reach out to Capricorn? Is this person going to eventually reach out to Capricorn? Okay, they're very confused about what to do. Okay, they're looking for a sign from you with the now you can. They're sort of looking for, okay, when can I come in and say something to Capricorn? It might take them a while. I'm going to pull one more card. One more for Capricorn. Will this person eventually respond and say something? Okay, so back of the deck says move on. So Capricorn, I think this person will take a long time to come speak to you. And I don't think they're going to come in necessarily the best energy. With the you'll regret it, I think if you choose to reach out to them, it might start an argument. If eventually they come to you, I think you'll be in a headspace where you don't want to take them back, and it might result in an altercation. I mean, not physically, hopefully, but more like an argument where you might tell them to go somewhere. Now you can, again, this is just for them deciding that, okay, now maybe I can say something to Capricorn. Maybe they see something on social media, maybe they hear something from a mutual friend, or maybe they just, they have their own little personal sign. I don't know how superstitious they might be, but a lot of people do this where they're like, if I see a red car today, that means I should message Capricorn. And maybe so they have something where they think, okay, I got my sign, let me reach out. The don't wait tells me that it's just going to take a while. So don't hold your breath for it. But overall, this does look like somebody who will meander slowly back to you with their tail between their legs. But you can also expect them to have some words as well. They might want to talk about why the separation or the no contact happened. And I don't know if you're necessarily prepared to have that conversation, but it might be a heavy conversation, especially if you guys had a fight prior to that. So they might want to address that. So if hopefully you'll be ready by then, because it does look like it might take them some time. So hopefully that resonated. And like I told some of the other signs, if you hear something that you don't like on any tarot video, but especially on mine, you do not have to take it. You can rebuke it in the name of whoever you believe in. And for me personally, if I see something that I don't like for you, I'm going to rebuke it. Okay, you can manifest what you want. If you want this person, you can manifest them back. If you don't want this person, you can manifest that as well. So I wish you all the best, Capricorn. Hopefully things work out for you in your favor. Okay, Aquarius, let us figure out what your person is thinking in this time of no contact. What is Aquarius's person thinking of them in this time of no contact? What is Aquarius's person thinking about them during this no contact situation? What is Aquarius's person thinking about them during the no contact? Okay, 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is usually a defensive energy. It's in the reverse here. So they're putting their guard down. They don't feel like they're going to have to fight you. That's the energy that they're hoping for. So if they went no contact, they did that because they're waiting for a period of time of maybe when you or they need to cool down, and they feel like, okay, we're not going to fight if I approach Aquarius today. I think they're not upset right now. Let me say something. And Wheel of Fortune here kind of talks about cycles. So this seems like an on and off cycle with you two. This person is just kind of feeling like, all right, let me just wait until things cool down and then I'll come back to Aquarius. We do this all the time, so it's going to be all right. They seem like it's business as usual here. So Knight of Wands for clarification, and the Sun in reverse. So I can tell you that they are upset that they're not speaking to you. So I don't know if you cut them off or if they stopped talking, but with this no contact, the Knight of Wands is someone who takes action. This is in reverse, so it tells me again that this person is waiting. They're sort of waiting for a much calmer time to come approach you. So this deck has some words. I'm going to read them in case you can't see them. It says, the fact that you are so mysterious is very thrilling and it turns on my passion because I don't know what to expect. Now that's in reverse. So here it's saying, oh, I don't know what to expect. But here they sort of feel like they know the pattern. They know you pretty well. Now whether that's true or not, I don't know. But this is what they're thinking. They think, okay, I know Aquarius well enough. Let me just give them some space. And when they calm down, I will come back and we will talk. And so here with the Sun, it says, thank you for reminding me of the simple joys of life. It is a happiness that comes from the soul, so pure, innocent, and full of truth. Now, it's in reverse because you guys aren't speaking. Now, you make this person very happy. Right now, they're not so happy not talking to you. So it's not like they've stopped talking and they're thrilled about it. You know, they are upset. So let's get some more cards to get some clarity. Okay, so inner child and trust the signs. So inner child, healing childhood wounds, reconnecting with joy, playfulness restored, return to innocence. So again, to me, this is sort of in this row kind of telling me that they're waiting for you to calm down, to sort of get that playfulness back so that when they come in, they can keep it lighthearted. They don't want to carry like very heavy energy. So trust the signs here. It says paying attention to guidance, universe speaking clearly, following intuition, and message received. I believe the Sagittarius reading or the Capricorn reading had something similar where the person was waiting for a sign to approach the other person. So I think this person is also waiting to see if you are going to give any sort of sign or if they can figure out some timeline for themselves where they say, okay, now I know Aquarius is okay. I'm going to come towards Aquarius and I will start talking to them. So all of this kind of gives me the energy of this person wanting to come back. It's just they're hesitant. So the no contact, the reason that they're blocked is because they're waiting for a better time. Okay, again, in my mind, my clarity is the direct question, is this person going to contact Aquarius at some point? And it says yes, but don't force it, which is what came out. Oh, that's too many. Now here it says take a chance, and on the bottom it says it will sustain you, and then the other card that I moved onto it says deal with it later. Okay, so this person, again, take a chance. They're eventually going to take that chance, but with the deal with it later tells me that, again, is going to take some time. They're trying to figure out the best time to approach you. Again, yes, but don't force it. You don't need to reach out to them unless you want to. If you want to, they would respond. If you just wait, they will come towards you. But you should give them an indication, if you can, that you've calmed down and that the approach will be welcomed. So if they feel welcomed, they will come towards you. So hopefully that resonated for you, Aquarius. I wish you the best of luck with this situation. And yeah, I hope everything works out in your favor. Okay, last but not least, we have Pisces. Pisces, what is your person thinking about you during this time of no contact? We want to find out, what is this person thinking about Pisces during this time of no contact? What is Pisces' person thinking about them during no contact? What is Pisces' person thinking about them during no contact? Okay. We have 9 of Wands in reverse. And then the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Nine of Wands in reverse represents the wounded warrior, and I might have gotten this confused with the Seven of Wands in another sign, but they are similar energies. In the Nine of Wands, we have someone who is done battling and defending themselves, but in the Seven of Wands, that person is actively defending themselves. So here, this is someone who's been put through the ringer, and it's in reverse. So now this person is sort of gaining strength and gaining their composure. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is someone who wants to come out of the cold. So in this no contact situation, this person is thinking they do want to contact you. They would like to speak to you. They would like to get things back on track between the both of you. So let's get a little bit more clarification on how they're feeling about Pisces in this no communication situation. No communication. How is Pisces person thinking about them and feeling about them? And why are they blocked? Why are they not speaking? Okay, so the Page of Pentacles and the Fool are both in reverse. So the reverse energy here tells me they feel emotionally blocked. They could actually be blocked. You could have blocked them. They could know this. But here it says, Page of Pentacles, you inspire me so much to create new projects and manifest all of my desires to be able to provide for you financially. And this is in reverse. So to me, it seems as if the offer that they want to give you, they feel is going to be rejected. So I think that this person feels that you might not want to hear from them, or if they do reach out to you, you're going to outright reject them. The Fool is usually a leap of faith, the action of doing something, but it's in reverse. Here it says, I'm ready to take a leap of faith and jump into the unknown. For the first time in my life, I allow myself to have faith and trust in God. But this is in reverse. So this person, much like I believe Sagittarius and Capricorn's person, as well as Libra's person, is very pessimistic. So they're thinking if they communicate with Pisces, Pisces is going to reject them. So that's the sort of block that they're having. Nevertheless, they do want to talk to you. So it's not like the desire isn't there. The desire is definitely there. They're just a little bit afraid of what's going to happen. If they do reach out, they feel like that might be a lost cause. And for all of these cards to be like jumping out of my hands, they could also be having a very hard time dealing with their emotions as well. So here we have bounce back and recharge. Both of these energies are again similar to the Nine of Wands in reverse. I guess you arguably also the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This person is trying to psych themselves up, to hype themselves up, to reach out to you and feel a little bit more positive. Because they're in a negative mind state, they have to psych themselves up and try to bounce back and recharge. So both of these are very similar energies. So resilience after setbacks, recovering quickly, determination to rise again, can't keep me down. And then recharge is mental rest, emotional recovery, taking a break, come back stronger. So I do believe that this person will come back to speak to you. I just feel that they need to be in a better headspace themselves before they can reach out. And I think similar to Aquarius, if you were to give them a sign, or if you were to reach out outright, that would really put them at ease, put their mind at ease. That would be a big relief for them. But of course, that's up to you, right? You don't have to reach out, and you don't have to, give them a sign that you're ready to talk to them. You just be who you are and wait. Eventually, I think they will come speak to you. So let's ask that directly of this oracle. Will Pisces person eventually come and reach out to Pisces? Okay, unquestionably. One more just for confirmation. Will Pisces person reach out to them eventually? Take a chance. Okay. So the unquestionably tells me yes, that's a yes. The take a chance is something like Spirit's advice to your person, telling them, listen, if you do this, if you get past your setbacks, your mental setbacks, and your fear of what Pisces will say or how Pisces will react, you're actually going to be pleasantly surprised. Now, to answer the question outright, will this person reach out? Yes, they will. They just have to get over their pessimism and stop worrying about how you're going to react. So it's up to you if you want to welcome them warmly or not. I can't tell you what to do there, but maybe this is something to think about if, you know, if you want to be generous to them or not. You know, that's up to you. So hopefully that resonated, Pisces. I wish you all the best with this situation and this person. And hopefully I can catch you on the next one. Okay, take care.